So let's have a look at this interesting question. An object is dropped, bam, from a height of 20 meters. The plane mirror is lying on the floor, flat on the floor, with the reflecting surface facing the object. So here is our object, and we can see on the ground we have a plane mirror. Nice. And then the speed of the image of the ball with respect to the ball just before striking the mirror will be. So what happens when we drop the object? The object moves towards the mirror. And what will happen to image? Image will also move towards the mirror. Okay? Okay. So when the object was just about to hit the mirror, let's say its velocity was v naught. This is the velocity of the object when the object was just about to hit the mirror. At this point, we have to tell what is the magnitude of velocity of image with respect to object. This is the question. What is the velocity of image with respect to object at a point at which the object is just about to hit the mirror? This is the question. Did we get the question? Yes, we got it. Now, how do we solve it? Let's see the concept behind the question. The concept is very, very simple. When the mirror is stationary, we can say velocity of the image is equals to minus times velocity of the object. This is the concept. The speeds are same, but the direction of velocities are different. Okay? Okay. Now, we can say the velocity of the image with respect to object. This thing can be written as velocity of the image minus velocity of the object. This is from relative motion. Remember? Yes, we remember. Good. So we can write velocity of image as minus velocity of the object. So we can see we have velocity of the image with respect to object, velocity of image with respect to object coming out to be minus 2 times velocity of object. So this is the formula we will be using to solve our question. Nice formula. Now, how do we apply it? We need velocity of the object. So how to get the velocity of the object at a point at which the object is just about to hit the mirror? So how to get the velocity of the object right over here? Well, that is very simple. The object was dropped from rest. Remember? Yes. So when it was at this particular height, we can write the potential energy of the system as mgh. And this potential energy converts into kinetic energy. So kinetic energy is written as half m v naught square. Okay? Okay. And you can see m cancels out, bam, bam. And you can see what is the value of v naught. It is under root 2gh, right? Right. So, velocity of the image with respect to object. This is minus 2 times velocity of the object. And velocity of the object is nothing but under root 2. What is g? G is 10. What is h? H is 20. Great. So, velocity of the image with respect to object is coming out to be minus 40. If we talk about the magnitude, then the magnitude is 40. This is the magnitude or the speed of the image with respect to object. Amazing. So let's go and mark option A as the right answer for this question. Let's have a look at this amazing question. A plane mirror is placed along the vertical plane YZ plane. So the plane mirror is perpendicular to the x-axis. A particle is also projected in the vertical plane with the speed of projection 10 meter per second and the angle of projection as 60 degree from the normal direction to the mirror. So what is the normal direction to the mirror? Well, we can see x-axis is normal to the mirror. So the particle is projected at an angle of 60 degree from the x-axis. And we can see the speed of projection is 10 meter per second given in the question. Amazing. Now the point of projection is at a distance of 5 meter from the mirror. That's nice. And the particle is directed towards the mirror. Good. The magnitude of velocity of the approach of the particle and the image just before the particle touches the mirror is? What do we have to find out? We have to find out what is the magnitude of velocity of the approach of the particle and the image just before the particle touches the mirror. This is the question. We have to find the magnitude of velocity of approach of the particle and image. Now, question is really interesting, and we can just see that everything is symmetric because we have a plane mirror. Suppose both the sides were shiny. So you can take this particle as an object and this particle will be the image, or you can reverse that. So everything is symmetric. We can say if this particle is our object, this will be our image. Okay, one and the same thing. It doesn't matter. Now we have to find the magnitude of velocity of the approach of particle and image. How to do that? Well, let's see. We can see that we can break the velocity into two parts. One will be the x component. This is perpendicular to the surface of the mirror. Okay? Okay. So this is Vx. Actually, in the x direction, the velocity will not change with time. So you can say this tan cos of 60 degree will remain same. Okay? Okay. And what about the other component? Well, that will change with time. So this tan sine of 60 degree, this will change with time. As the time passes, it will first decrease and then it will start increasing in the negative direction. Okay? Okay. Now, let's talk about the image. So we have taken this thing as our object and then this will be our image. Okay? Okay. Now, what about the image? Well, one component of velocity which is perpendicular to the mirror, we know that. That will be tan cos of 60 degree. Okay? Okay. So we can see we have changed the direction. The magnitude was same, but the direction we have reversed it. And what about the other component? Well, the other component will be same. It will be tan sine of 60 degree. It is same for the image. Okay. Now, the velocity of the object is going to change with time. This vertical component will decrease with time as the time passes initially. And we know for the image also, this will also decrease with time. Okay? Okay. And what about the x component? Well, x component will remain same. It won't change with time. Right? Right. So we can say that the velocity of the object can be written as Vx I cap plus Vy j cap. Alright? Alright. What is Vx? Vx is tan cos of 60 I cap. What is Vy? Vy is Vy. Note, Vy will change with time. Vy is nothing but Uy minus gt. Remember? Remember. Okay. So what is Uy? Uy is nothing but tan sine 60. Tan sine of 60 degree. And g we know is 10, or let me just write g as g itself. So this is the velocity of the object. And what about the velocity of the image? Can you tell me the velocity of the image as a function of time? Yes, we can. So this will be 10 minus 10 cos of 60 I cap plus tan sine of 60 degree minus gt j cap. This is the velocity of the image. All right? All right. Now, what was asked in the question? In the question, they asked us, find the magnitude of velocity of the approach of the particle and the image just before the particle touches the mirror is. Now, do you know what? The magnitude of velocity of the approach will remain the same. It won't change with time. How? I will tell you how. Velocity of the approach of the particle and the image. We can just calculate the relative velocity and that will give us the idea of the velocity of the approach. So, velocity of the object with respect to image. Can you calculate this relative velocity? You will say yes. How? This will be velocity of the object minus velocity of the image. Correct, correct, correct. Now we have to subtract these two velocities. What we will get? We will get 20 cos of 60 degree I cap. Can you see that? This is velocity of object with respect to image. Does it depends on time? Does it depend on time? No, it does not depend on time. So initially the velocity of the approach is same, and when the particle are about to touch the screen or the mirror, we can say the velocity of the approach will also be same. So velocity of the approach of the object and the image is same irrespective of time. Okay. So we can just say the magnitude was asked. So magnitude is nothing but what is cos 60? Cos 60 is half. So magnitude is 10. So this is the answer, 10. Now we can just go and mark option A, 10 meter per second, as the right answer for this question. Let's have a look at this incredible question. A cubicle room is made by placing 6 identical plane mirrors with their reflecting surface on the inside of the room. Now imagine you are standing in a cubicle room where all the walls are made of mirrors. Not only walls, the floor and the roof also. Everything is made of mirrors. Wouldn't it be incredible to be standing in that room? Okay. Now an insect crawls along the diagonal of the floor with a constant speed of 40 centimeter per second. Now you are standing in that cubicle room and you see the floor. What do you find? You find an insect. Insect is crawling along the diagonal of that room slowly, 40 centimeter per second. Well, that's pretty fast for an insect. Now, what is the magnitude of velocity of the image of the insect with respect to insect itself in one of the two adjacent walls? Let me repeat. What is the magnitude of the velocity of the image of the insect with respect to insect itself in one of the two adjacent walls? Now, let me explain what is being asked in the question. So, imagine this cubicle room. Okay, now we are looking at the top view of this room. So we can see the insect. Insect is crawling along the diagonal of the ground. Okay. So this is the top view. You can imagine the door of your house. There will be some nice windows on your house like this, and there might be someone standing on the roof of your house. Okay, so we are not concerned what is outside the house. We are concerned only with the ground which is inside the house. Okay, so when we look at the ground, we find an insect crawling along the diagonal. Now you saw the motion of the insect just now. Now let me show you two walls which are adjacent. So this is wall 2, this is wall 1. Now let's be concerned only with wall 1. So let's forget wall 2. Now what will be the image of the insect on by the mirror placed on wall 1? Now you will say when the insect started, the image of the insect due to this mirror was over here. Okay. Now let's say the insect moves to somewhere over here. This is the new location of the insect. What is the new location of the image? You will say, well, we can imagine this might be the new location of the image. Okay, you are correct. This is the new location of the image. Now as the insect moves, the image also moves, right? So what do we have to find? We have to find what is the magnitude of the velocity of the image with respect to object. This is the question. What is the velocity of image with respect to object? We will find that, and then we will find out the magnitude, so that we can get the relative speed. Okay. So shall we begin? Right. Now let me write the velocity in this fashion. I will break it into components. Now you can imagine the velocity of the image also. Actually, it is very beneficial to break the velocity into components. Why? We can see we have one component which is perpendicular to the surface of the mirror. Now, if we move to image, this component gets reversed. This component which is perpendicular to the surface of the mirror gets reversed when we move to image. Okay. And what about the other component? another component which is v cos 45 degree. This component is parallel to the surface of the mirror. This does not change when we move to image. So this remains same. This is still v cos 45. Okay? Yes. Now, let's find out the relative velocity very quickly. So velocity of the insect with respect to object, velocity of the image with respect to object. Now let me denote I. By image itself. Don't be confused with insect. So this is velocity of the image minus velocity of the object. What is object? Object is insect. Okay? Yes. So this is insect Mr. O. Mr. O is our insect. Now, velocity of the image. So let's take x in this direction and y in this direction. So what is the velocity of image? Velocity of image is v cos of 45 degree I cap, and then we have minus v sine of 45 degree j cap. Nice. And what is the velocity of the object or the insect? Velocity of our Mr. O is v cos of 45 degree I cap, and then we have plus v sine of 45 degree j cap. I don't have enough space, so let me compress it. So v cos of 45 degree I cap, then we add v sine of 45 degree j cap. Nice. It fits now. So what do we get? The relative velocity is coming out to be minus 2 times of v times of sine of 45 degree j cap. What was v? v was given to be 40 centimeter per second. So let me just put 40 over here. So you can see we are getting minus 40 root 2 j cap. This is the velocity of the image with respect to object. Right? Right. Now when we talk about the speed, we have to take the magnitude. So taking the magnitude, we get 40 root 2. Amazing. So the speed of the image of the insect with respect to insect itself is 40 root 2 centimeter per second. We got that. Now let's see the options, and we can mark option A, 40 root 2 centimeter per second, as the right option for this question. Let's have a look at this incredible question. A plane mirror shown in the figure is performing simple harmonic motion with the amplitude of 3 centimeter. Wow! Now we have a plane mirror which is performing SHM. Amazing! The amplitude of SHM of the image with respect to ground is, see, the image is also performing SHM, and we have to tell the amplitude of the SHM of the image. This is the question. What is the amplitude of simple harmonic motion of the image? Wow. Our object is stationary. So let me place the object over here. This object is stationary. Now if the mirror was also stationary, then we can see the image would also have been stationary. Everything would have been stationary if the mirror was not moving and the object was not moving. But what if the mirror is moving? Now we can remember there was a case when the object was stationary but the mirror was moving. So the case was this. Velocity of the image in this case comes out to be twice the velocity of the mirror. The velocities are in same direction, but the magnitude of velocities are different. Velocity of the image is twice the velocity of the mirror. Okay? Okay. Now with this in mind, let's go and solve our question. So what we will do is we will write the equation of SHM for the mirror. So generally we can write x is equals to a sine of omega t. Let's not be concerned with phi. Let's start the simple harmonic motion from the mean position itself. So from this mean position M, we are starting simple harmonic motion. This equation is for mirror. For mirror. So let me write x mirror. Now when we differentiate, we will get the velocity of the mirror, and you can see this is coming out to be a omega cos of omega t. This is the velocity of the mirror. Now the thing is, we can get the velocity of image. Velocity of the image is twice of the velocity of the mirror, right? So what is the velocity of the image? Velocity of the image is coming out to be 2a omega cos of omega t. This means that our image is also performing simple harmonic motion. You can see the velocity of the image is in this general format. This is a dash, some random amplitude a dash times omega cos of omega t. So what is the angular frequency of this simple harmonic motion? It is omega itself. So angular frequency of both the SHMs are same. Time periods will be same. But the amplitudes are different. And we can compare these two equations. You can just compare these two equations. Can you tell me the value of A dash? Can you tell me what is A dash? You will say yes. A dash is 2 times of A. What was A? A was the amplitude of SHM of the mirror. What is A dash? A dash is the amplitude of SHM of the image. Okay. So we can see it is 2 times of A. And A was given to be 3 centimeters. So A dash is 6 centimeter. This is the amplitude of the SHM of the image. We wanted this 6 centimeter. So we can just go and mark option C, 6, as the right answer for this question. Let's see this incredible question. For an object moving with speed v in front of plane mirror as shown in the figure, identify the correct diagram representing the motion of the image with respect to ground. So the object is moving with respect to ground, and we can see its velocity is making an angle of 30 degrees with the horizontal. Can you see that? Yes. We know what is the velocity of the object. We also know the direction. And now we can see the mirror is placed below the object in the horizontal plane. Okay? Okay. And we have to tell what would be the motion of the image of this object. What would be the motion of image of this object? So you can see the image would be somewhere over here, right? Right. So what would be the motion of this image? This is the question. And we can see the options. These are option A, option B, and option C, and option D. Cool? Cool. Now let's go straight away to the concept which will enable us to solve this question. Now, let me show you two important cases. In case 1, object is moving perpendicular to the mirror with the object speed v0. So you can see the object, it is moving towards the mirror. And what will happen to image? Image will also move towards the mirror. Okay? Okay. Now the speed of the object is equal to speed of image, but the direction of the velocity is reversed. So we can see v0 vector is equals to minus vi vector. So this is what happens when the object moves perpendicular to the mirror, right? Right. And now, when the object moves parallel to the mirror, the speed of the object v0 is still equal to speed of the image. And the direction of the velocity is also same. So we can see v0 vector is equals to vi vector in the second case. Okay? Okay. Now, let's get back to our question. So in our question, we can see this is the velocity. Now, we will use a trick. We will just break this velocity into two components. One component is perpendicular to the surface of the mirror, and the other component is parallel to the surface of the mirror. Okay? Okay. Now, what is the component which is perpendicular to the surface of the mirror? We can see this is v sine of 30 degree. Okay? And this is coming out to be v by 2. And what is that component which is parallel to the surface of mirror? This is v cos of 30 degree. This is written as root 3 v by 2. Amazing. Now, if we look at our image is right over here. Now, when we look at the component on the object, when we look at the component of velocity on the object which is perpendicular to the mirror, this component will get reversed when we draw this component on the image. Okay? The perpendicular velocity will get reversed. So you can see this is v by 2, but in another direction. And what about that component which is parallel to the surface of the mirror? That will remain same. Direction will remain same. Magnitude will remain same. Right. So we can see this is nothing but root 3 v by 2. So only the component which is perpendicular to the surface of the mirror will get reversed. This is the concept. And now we can see the direction of the net velocity. This is the net velocity, making an angle of 30 degree with the horizontal. Good, good. So this is the final velocity of the image. This is v, making an angle of 30 degree with the horizontal in the downward direction. Okay, okay. And now we can just see that option C is the right answer for our question.